Yeah, okay, welcome. If you're new and you don't, okay, welcome. So happy to have you here. I hate this glare that be on my glasses, y'all. It's so annoying. So ignore that when y'all see it, okay? I'm not kidding. All right, so let's just get into y'all read, honey. Y'all isn't in the void. I am Zen. You already know it's good. I am well rested. I slept wonderfully, slept great, woke up feeling refreshed. So let's just get into this download and get into this message. We're starting with the collective, as you guys can see, because that is the download that I received this morning for the collective. Okay, so let me just make some things clear. Y'all know how I be reading, I'll say like, okay, this is for the collective, cross watchers, whatever. The collective is where it gets a little muddy, I think, because collective is for anybody. It could be cross watcher, good, bad, ugly, beast, hero, whatever the heck you want to look at yourself as. But let me just get some ground rules going, some good boundaries going, okay? These readings are open for people who are on the path to trying to ascend in their life in some type of way. That is priority. People who will support the channel, interact and engage with the channel, support me in the message, the vibes, right? People who bring those good vibes and who are trying to ascend in their lives in some type of way. Those people have priority. With that being said, all the little fake, fluky, dusty, crusty energy, baby, you're not welcome here. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's get into this download that I received. Okay, so basically, for this collective message, I feel as though I'm talking to somebody who definitely knows who I'm talking to as far as the boundaries I just set. You, if I'm speaking to you and this message resonates, or anything that was resonating last night or whatever, what I'm receiving as a download is that somebody is in a position or in a field or community. Grand afternoon, Veronica. Grand is the rising. See you, lovely. So somebody is in a group, or it could be a job, a community, a friend group, family group, gang, clique, whatever you want to call it. Somebody's involved in a group where basically they cannot fully trust, or they're either they know they can't trust, they're doing something that's a little, maybe a little illegal, underground, under wraps, you know. We're not here for that, you know. We're not here to expose that, you know. But what I'm saying is somebody has dealings in groups where there's not trust, okay? Somebody doesn't trust their group. Somebody does not, you know, there's like this air of just like secrets and like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, somebody who's in a group like that or in a situation like that is connecting and dealing with some people who are very trustworthy, who are very much so the kind of people who are like loners. They don't hang out with too many people, that kind of energy. And what I'm getting with that is like, because you or whoever I'm speaking to is like used to people who they can't trust, you know, can't run their mouth, can't, you know, just a real sus kind of vibe. You guys got to understand, if you're coming across people or you're dealing with people who are loners, very trustworthy, don't run their mouth, stay to they self. I'm getting Mr. Robot energy. Like, there's people who move in certain ways, but it's for the betterment of like themselves and the people around them, if that makes sense. Like, these are rebels with a cause, not rebels without a cause, you know what I'm saying? So don't bring that mess into these circles with these better people, is what I'm receiving. So that was the download. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that. Okay, so let's get a quick message for you guys, because that's what we're here for. We got the energy of the number 2. Okay, that is about connections, harmonious connections, building literally one-on-one type of connections, harmony, balance, that kind of thing. So let's see what's going on with that. Straight up, we got this blank card at the top of the deck because clearly I've been channeling the downloads that I've been receiving. I just heard check. I just heard blank check. Somebody could have some type of business where they're doing like check fraud. I don't know. Bad checks. Like, I don't know. But y'all, I'm not, unless y'all trying to come up out of that life, like, I'm not here to help y'all with that. Okay. So just saying. All right. So let's get into it. I feel like somebody feels like super inspired by somebody's light, somebody's like goodness or something. That's beautiful. Let's get a couple cards out. All right. I just took out don't sweat it and exercise. So there is a need. I thought that's interesting. Don't sweat it and exercise. That's interesting. I feel like you guys are being instructed to like when exercise comes out, it's not about always physical exercise, y'all. But in this case, I feel like somebody here does like to exercise or like exert energy in some type of way to maybe move around their aggression, their anger, their frustration. So whatever you do to sweat and get things out of your body or move that chi around is a great idea right now, okay? There's something you shouldn't be worried about though. So we're going to get into it. And then you have, it's just about here. So there's something that somebody's expecting and they want you to know it's just about here. I also see this at the top of the Sensual Tarot deck, and it says, so gushy, I want to put a baby in it. So I've been picking up on a lot of energy of people trying to like sink their claws into people, like make these unbreakable cords. I'm getting the energy of heavily for all the signs, Scorpio and Virgo and collective, of people trying to like make these unbreakable bonds and connections with people, perhaps even against their will, which is crazy as hell, because I feel like a lot of people are just not succeeding. I just saw 555 on the time, and it's just like, oh, like, surprise, it didn't work. So come on, like, let's be for real. We're in the golden age, right? The world is changing. We're going through apocalypse as far as the world is changing as we know it. I don't think the world is ending. I just think it's ending as we know it. Therefore, this year, everybody's becoming enlightened. Everybody's basically seeing the veil has been ripped away. Everybody can see how everybody's moving, even if you don't know exactly what illegal activity or terrible things this person is doing to others in like a malicious way or a dark negative way. It's like you could feel it on them, you can sense it on them. Like, for example, I just saw this video of Corey Hardick, and I don't know like too much about him as a person. I just know he was married to Tia Mowry or whatever, Tia and Tamara, you know, the twin sisters, but they got divorced. So a lot of people, y'all, and I'm gonna drop this on the community tab because I actually do have these things saved, okay? But like, I'm not going ham on this man. I don't know him, but he gives me a very sketchy vibe. Like, he's so sketchy. Like, his eyes are always shifty. He's always like moving around. And I'm not saying that that makes a person a bad person. For example, it's like, people, you know, when something happens and you gotta like take sides, but you don't know what happened, but people still kind of want to form their opinion or their judgment for whatever reason. Like, people look at Tia and they're like, oh, she's corny, she's annoying, she's having a hard time dating, she must have been the problem, blah, 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 right? Projecting all their bullshit onto the situation. And then they looking at Corey like, oh my God, he's so fine, and I bet you he's a good guy, and da 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 da. Y'all, if y'all can't watch this video and see how this man looked like he'll punch somebody in the face, like, I don't know, man. He gives me like creepy vibes, like, but I'm not trying to send nobody to attack that man or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, y'all view, a lot of people's views be hella like skewed and fucked up. Like, a lot of people be projecting from a internal place, and some people really have good discernment. So I feel like it's one of those things where it's like heavy on discernment. So let's get these tarot cards out, y'all, because I spent a lot of time on that. But aside from Corey Hardick as an example, I have another example where like it's this video of this man for Atlanta Street Interviews. It's like a popular like YouTube channel right now. So basically this man goes out, I think his name is Marcus, and he interviews people on the street. So there was this guy specifically who he interviewed who like stabbed his mother, y'all, stabbed her up, he shot his mom, and then he said he cut a stripper across the face, gave her $1.50 or whatever. But then he tried to change it at the end, like, I didn't do it, I just thought about it. But the way he talked about it so normally, you could tell this man is a problem. He's scary. He's the kind of person who likes to come off like he's so charismatic and loving and intelligent and trying to get himself together. And like, under the comments were crazy. People literally were disregarding all of this stuff that we know he did, saying like, oh, he's fine, he's so fine, I know he gonna pull himself together, I know he gonna get it together. Y'all, people's brains are melted in this earth realm. People, real smart people, real tapped in people, real chosen ones, however you want to call it, people with the sight, people with the gift, with gifts, or tapped into their gifts or their intuition. People, some people can really see what's going on, and some people are really up in the head, y'all. So I don't know, I just feel the need to say that in this read. So I don't know what's going on, collective, but it's some sketchy things going on, okay? People trying to save themselves and from the bullshit they put themselves in. Like, I'm picking up, like, I had a dream of somebody, like, I'll share the dream, and I'll share, like, I'm getting mostly downloads for this reading, so whatever, we'll pull some cards and some oracle though. But I had a dream. My dreams are very vivid. I've been a dreamer my whole life. This dream I had last night was very lucid. Every dream I've had in the past few nights have been very lucid. Usually are anyways, but I had this dream, y'all, that I was like hanging out with these people, and basically it was a guy and a girl. So the guy, I was kind of like dating him, I guess, but then the girl that I was with, like, she was just kind of around as a friend, but she was always on some sketchy stuff. Like, I'm really picking up that show Mr. Robot, because it's like the main character and his sister, and then it's like the girl he's dating. Like, it's just this energy of like this small tight knit group, and they're doing stuff for like the betterment of themselves. Like, I'm getting like one criminal, one person like who's a real criminal, and like two people who are not really criminals, but they dabble in this stuff because they need money, or they're trying to get by, or they're just kind of been on this reckless path in life and they really don't know what other direction to turn down, right? So in this dream, we're like, meet up at this restaurant at this time. Like, we're trying to get alibis together. The police is looking for cars and evidence, and we know that we're involved in a crime, and we're hanging out in broad day, but we were a part of the crime. Like, I'm just getting, like, I got a first look at somebody watching somebody knowing the tea, like just illegal activity, and people kind of moving within that. And like, in the movies, in certain like drama movies or thriller movies, where people are like dealing with killers, or like people who are doing a crime, and you have people who are involved but they're not really killers, or they're not really a bad person. So the whole storyline may be about somebody trying to get themselves together and escape the life, and then everyone else. Like, I'm getting the movie Fresh very heavily. The movie Fresh, like the little kid who was like doing all this messed up stuff, selling drugs, involved with gangs, but he had his own. Watch that movie Fresh, y'all. Watch the freaking movie, because the little boy in the movie looks just like my baby brother, y'all. And it trips me out, because his intelligence and the way he moves reminds me of my baby brother as well, like at his best. And yesterday I just couldn't help but to blast my little brother music, and he's incarcerated right now, so shout out to Kel, shout out to Benji Kells. Listen to Benji Kells, listen to Benji Brothers. That's my baby. I'm gonna drop a few things on the community tab, and maybe in the description box or comment section as well, so y'all can check out some stuff. Okay, get tapped into these vibes. So with aside from that, what is this exercise? Don't sweat it energy, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors? Okay, so I feel like somebody is like disconnected emotionally. Like, I feel like somebody was once like locked in on some shit, like with some folks or with some stuff, but like they decided recently to like kind of pull away, back out. And I feel like the people involved can sense that. They're almost like, oh, you not down no more? Like, I'm hearing tenfold, no switching sides, there's something wrong, you acting shifty, you don't vibe with me no more. But it's like negative, like somebody like, oh, you feeling shifty, you don't mess with us. Like, they're almost trying to threaten a person to, like, if you leave us, or you're not with us no more, we'll expose you, we'll rat you out, blah blah blah. But real street code, for real, I'm not even a street person, but I know street code a little bit, right? So I feel like somebody's like, okay, well, if you rat me out, you're gonna be known as a rat. Because it's not like I'm trying to expose nobody or rat nobody out. I'm just trying to back up out of this business, or I'm trying to back up out of this. Like, that's what I'm getting with the Nine of Cups in the reverse, y'all. And so I'm trying to look for that helper card with that. Nine of Cups in reverse is about lacking inner joy. Like, somebody who's no longer happy. They're smug. They're dissatisfied. It's like somebody saying, you know what? I want off this ride. I don't want to be involved in this shit anymore. Because in the dream, I was the person who committed a crime, but it was kind of like I was just happened to be there. I kind of witnessed it. So I kind of fell along with it. But if motherfuckers got caught, I was going down too type shit. But in this dream this whole time, like, they like, oh, meet me at this restaurant, meet me here, meet me there. And I'm just like, I ain't meeting their ass. Like, I'm finna go bounce out. Like, I know where the evidence is. I know what happened. I'm leaving town. Like, I'm going somewhere else. They gonna have to deal with that, or I'm just gonna be MIA, because I know I didn't leave a trace of my evidence. I know I didn't have anything to do with it. So I'm just getting somebody gone rogue. I picked up this energy last night as well. Then we have the Five of Cups in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse, Two of Swords. Y'all, this is Cups and Swords. Somebody's a water sign here. Somebody's an air sign here. Okay? I'm not trying to pick up nothing for nobody who not supporting, or nobody who not trying to do better for themselves. I'm not spending time giving y'all energy and advice, okay? So skedaddle boo. But if you can relate to what I'm saying, like, let's keep the vibes going, okay? So we got this Five of Cups in the reverse, in the upright. So somebody's crying over spilled milk. Somebody's very upset about the way something went emotionally, disappointed as well. But we also have the Five of Swords in the reverse, which talks about like this win at all costs kind of competitive energy, but it's in the reverse. So somebody doesn't want to compete. Somebody doesn't want to fight anymore. They're tired. They're done. Emotionally, they're done. Mentally, they're done competing and done with the games and the lies and the storylines. Like, somebody's just over it. Two of Swords, somebody doesn't know. Like, it's like, if y'all don't know, like, somebody is just on some, like, I don't know. type stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what went on. It's like they just playing dummy or fool to the whole situation, because it's like, I don't want to be involved. Somebody's trying to turn their life around, and I'm not mad at that. So if somebody needs advice, like, oh, should I like do this, what I'm doing, like, yeah, you'll be protected. Have faith. Have faith, you'll be good. Because if you don't want to be involved in this, trust and believe the Most High is going to help you up out of that situation. You might think, oh, these people going to snitch on me. They're going to try to bring me down with them. You don't have to worry about that. If you're going to duck off, duck off. You know, let time pass. Clear your name. Like, I don't know. So let's see what this is about. What do you, like, literally don't sweat it. Like, that's what we're getting here. It's just about here. So I feel like if you want a way out, the way out is here. Yeah, so we have healing in the sideways position. Somebody isn't sure if they'll heal or if they'll really be able to escape this situation, but you can. You literally can. You are. I'm not telling you from a person who's like hypothetically, like, no, I know a thing or two about this. Just because I don't be out here just straight up doing crazy crimes and hanging out with like cliques and people that be in stuff that I'm not into. I'm a loner. I move that way on purpose. Like I was telling somebody yesterday, like I don't get close to people in my neighborhood or my neighbors. Like I'm cordial, but they don't know my business. I don't know theirs. I don't want to know. Like I'm gonna stay out of the mix because I move alone. I'm really picking up on Rami Malek and Mr. Robot. Like no matter what he was doing or what he was involved in, he always had his own shit going on, and maybe one other person knew about it for real, the person he feel like he can really trust and love. And I only have time for people like that. I don't have time for the shifty stuff too heavily, you know what I'm saying? So take it from somebody who has escaped a lot of BS, you know, like to an extent, you know what I'm saying? So anything else they need to know that they will help them to know. So somebody is like homeless right now, or they don't have nowhere to live, or they don't want to be at their house, but they're needing to be like protected or shielded in some type of way. Let's see, like what opportunities do they have? What options and opportunities do they have? Okay, so we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So if you guys know a Scorpio or somebody with Scorpio placements or somebody who can just like get, like Scorpio people have this energy of just handling dark stuff, heavy stuff. So if you know somebody like that who's kind of neutral, who can handle dark stuff, like I would kind of go check in, tap in with that person. This person has a level of protection that they can provide for you, or like a hideout or whatever, and I think they would actually be open to it. The Hanged Man, this person can see your perspective. Like this person is going to be probably more so open to helping you, because it's almost like, man, I've been there, done that, you know, kind of like what I'm saying. Like they get it, right? And they know that it's a like kind of like a dark kind of shadowy situation where it's a little unclear, but this kind of person who will help you. I'm picking up on Underground Railroad vibes. Like, you know, the white people and the slaves, like when they were freeing people, they had to hide people. They had to lie and act like they was racist and they wasn't helping slaves, but they were. Like they were hiding people in the ground, in the ceiling, in the basement, in the cellar. So like that's what I'm getting. Somebody will hide you. So what's just about here for them? What other options do they have? Like what else do they need to know? So we got Four of Wands, okay? This is your community. This is your divine community, or this is like some type of like fortunate opening that you can take advantage of. If you're in an innocent kind of full mood, like trust yourself, trust that. Go towards people who know what type of time you're on. Like just make sure you're like transparent though emotionally. Like don't get in this space and think you're not gonna share nothing or tell them what's going on. They're not gonna trust that. You're gonna have to open up. Like tell them how you feel, what's going on with you. Trust it, because these are real teammates. These are people who will lock in with you and have your back type shit on the long way. Like I'm hearing that, like 10 toes down, like I fuck with you the long way type of energy. Eight of Wands, like somebody really wants to move very quickly to make this new path. They're really escaping like literal conflict. Like in the dream that I was in, I knew I wasn't in trouble or this wasn't real, but it was real anxiety. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like they were looking for a body. It was a body involved. I'm like, bro, I gotta get out of here. Like I just felt them gaining on the situation, and I'm like, these people I'm involved with, they don't even know I'm finna shake the spot. Like I'm finna go ghost. Like they're not even finna see me type thing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting here, collective. Let's lighten the mood with the sensual tarot before we get out of here. So child, from head to toe. Like somebody wants to, I'm picking up on that movie Waist Deep for some reason. I've been wanting to rewatch that. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, but for some reason I'm getting real like gangster energy. Like somebody wants to like come duck off with a Megan Good and like get loved on, love her down, release their anger, pull hair, music. Like they just kind of want to duck off and vibe. Somebody with a crazy body, like I'm getting Waist Deep vibes, Megan Good vibes. Like somebody just wants to like their little duck off with a baddie or with a fine man. Like let me duck off away from this stuff. Wow. Say all that nasty shit. Like I feel like a real release. Like sometimes I literally just cut it back to your body so crazy. So what is this? Like what is this? What is this? Can we get a little bit more info about it before we get up out of here? So we got the Six of Pentacles. There's a real like generous energy here. Like people who really just want to kind of patch each other up, help each other out, give each other what they need to kind of set them up for wherever they're going. You know, I'm not a person who was always like into this energy because people come around and be trying to play all these games. But if somebody came around and was like on some real ish, like I'd be the kind of person to help them. Okay. So I'm just saying like somebody has that going for themselves. Good for y'all. Yeah. Somebody's growing their money, growing their, making their ideas, making a plan so that they can move up out of this life or out of this turmoil. So that's what I have. Let's get some advice. Then we're going to pull some from the Threads of Fate and then we're good. So we have progress, y'all. Literally, y'all hear that sound? Progress is doing something a little better each day than yesterday. So this is about like, you know, that movie with Denzel that just came out. I watched it recently with someone, with a friend. What is it called, y'all? Because I'm not a fan, but I really like the movie. The movie with Denzel, it just came out, y'all. And it's like the third part or the second part of the movie. The extender, it's something, the Equalizer, the fucking Equalizer. I was about to say the extender. But it's like he was trying to lead this life. Like he's getting older, he's getting hurt. He found this beautiful place in Italy where he wanted to live the rest of his life. And he's like, I'm gonna help these people. I'm gonna protect them from danger. But like, I'm ducking off and just trying to enjoy my life. Yeah, Equalizer. Yeah, somebody had a revelation. They're like, okay, I'm tired of living this way. I need a way out. You looking for a way out, you have one. Revelation happens when you start thinking about what is possible. For the person who may be facilitating this safe space or helping this person, what do they need to know? So I feel like just make sure that you're very icy and cold and very specific about your comfort level. So if you're letting somebody into your space, like be like, okay, you need to tell me everything. It's not going nowhere. Like we can shake on it, bitch. Like pinky promise. Like I don't know what to say. Like we can make a fake document, sign it. Like you need to let me know what's going on. I'm getting that heavily. Like somebody's like, if we gonna lock in, we need to lock in for real. Not because I'm trying to hold something over your head, but because I'm letting you into my safe space. I'm letting you into my like duck off. I can't allow this space for everybody type of vibe. Ooh. Y'all heard my voice when I said that? It felt like I was losing my breath or something. Somebody didn't like that, but you gotta share, baby. You can't get helped if you can't give some information, okay? You know, if I know you're getting followed, I need to know who could possibly know. You know, I need to know how to protect myself, right? Passion flows from doing what you love. So I feel like there's a lot of passion here with regarding this this progress, this revelation. Somebody can really relate to this, and the people who are linking up regarding this just happen to be very passionate towards each other. Okay, so let's get something from the Threads of Fate because it is the 1111 portal. I support all the shifting, and we need to know like what is the deep like meanings and the energies of this stuff. So let's cut to the middle of the deck and see what we get, because y'all know I get excited. Y'all, I can't make it up. We got reflection. Last night, y'all got reflect. I mean, we got revelation. Last night, y'all got something about reflection, but you guys literally got reflect. Reflect. Somebody needs to sit and think, you know, for some reason, I'm getting this movie. This movie's very weird, but it was a really good movie. Especially if you look at it like this child was not being sexualized the whole time. But it's called Leon, or like the movie where with young Natalie Portman. She was like super young. It was a very controversial movie, but I think it's called like Leon it was about like a secret, like a person who was like a cleaner. Basically, they assassinate people, but he was trying to like not child hit her. It's just I wish I knew the title of the movie, but basically it's like the only person he could trust was this little girl whose parents just got murdered. So I'm getting that somebody just has like this trust for this very innocent person who's like a little edgy. Like, they could be younger than you. You might look at them as this like this. I'm getting Marilyn Monroe vibes, like Madonna vibes, because like the girl was dressed up in the movie like as Madonna, and that's one of the controversial scenes. I don't like the adultness that they were making the child, but it's about the movie, not that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody trusts somebody, but they're like struggling with their ability to trust. I don't know. You're gonna have to do something if you want to get out of the situation. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? Just your way out, all right? So anyways, what do we hit? Reflect. Okay, reflect is on page boom boom boom, y'all. Okay, 84, and the element is water. So somebody has to really like tap into their emotions and really reflect and like lock in with themselves emotionally, in order for them to like, I'm picking up trust issues real heavy. Like, I'm hearing that song Trust Nobody by 070 Shake, which is one of my favorite songs because I just feel like I can relate to it so much. And she says in the song like, I don't really trust nobody unless you give me a soul. Ooh. But I don't like singing those lyrics. I don't like singing unless you give me your soul. So I changed it to show me your soul. Cause like, I don't need nobody to give me their soul. Like, what the hell? I'm not the Illuminati. I'm not, you know, some secret society. You don't have to give me your soul or sell me your soul, but you gotta bear it to me. You gotta be willing to show it to me. You know what I'm saying? So like, listen to that song Trust Nobody by 070 Shake and consider swapping out the words give me your soul for show me your soul. Okay, so anyways, page 84. All right, so I'm not reading this whole thing. The crystal is magnesite, okay, and the herb is goat's beard, okay, but I'm gonna just read this part of the book, and I might take a picture of it and post it on the community tab so y'all can have all the info, but I'm not reading this whole thing. It says, without a reflective practice, we end up repeating the same patterns over and over again, unable to reach our potential. This card asks you to sit in silence for a few moments and reflect upon what has been coming up for you recently. What emotions do you find yourself experiencing continuously? What situations do you find yourself in often? If you are finding unease in any area of your life, have you experienced it before? If so, when? When was the first time you remember feeling this way? How did your family handle these sorts of situations when you were young? Consider journaling around these questions and allowing whatever needs to come up to come out. When we reflect, the intention is not to fix, but simply to view ourselves and our lives with less bias and more openness. And that's really what I'm picking up on heavy. So the real heavy message is, don't judge yourself and don't think people are going to judge you. Sometimes people look at shit as like, okay, it just is what it is. Okay, you know, like the guy in the video, like their reason for defending this man who sliced up the stripper and shot his mom was like, okay, his mom must have been really terrible to him. He must have a lot of experiences. I support his growth if he's trying to grow as a person, and I get that. But all those people was like, oh, he fine and it's not that big of a deal. His mom was probably the enemy. You don't know that. His mom was probably the enemy, yes. Okay, it's good to not judge somebody, to help them grow, but hold them accountable as well. Okay, your mom was terrible. You didn't deserve what she did to you, but you also did not have to shoot this lady and steal her car. You could have just left her ass high and dry. You're a man. You could have just left. And even if you're homeless, even if you were ass out, you could have just made a way for yourself, did some illegal shit to get by, whatever, but you didn't have to shoot your mother. If she wasn't actively trying to shoot you or harm you, there's no excuse for some crazy stuff like that. Or slicing up a stripper who you never slept with. You don't know this lady for real. You're just mad because she flirted with you and then start flirting with somebody else like she's not doing her job. This man was crazy. I'm sharing all this stuff for y'all, okay? So the animal that you guys have is swan. Swan is a very helpful companion when doing reflective work. So you guys might need to call up on the swan energy. Like, swan energy, come into my life, okay? Yeah, so when you're doing reflective work, call upon the swan as they encourage us to breathe gentle, to be gentle with ourselves, reminding us that transformation is always possible. She asks you to examine how you treat yourself when doing internal work. It is with a sense of shame. Is it with a sense of shame or harshness, or do you approach it with a sense of wonder and gentleness? Call upon the spirit of swan to hold loving space for you and to guide you in cultivating tenderness towards yourself. Whoever y'all need to go towards for safety, this person is going to offer you very gentle, loving, understanding energy. You might be scared, but just do it. you're gonna remember this for the rest of your life if it's gonna change the course of your life. So that's what I have for you guys. I'm gonna share the content that I said I've been watching, my little brother, all this kind of stuff. And I love you guys. I hope this helped, and I will see y'all next time. Peace. Happy 11/11 portal.